you can shelve it for.
Oh, hey, hi, hello, welcome on in. We're gonna be starting off tonight on a wonderful, wonderful pickup spot. Tonight is episode 19, The Blade's Edge. So we will go around the room, introduce who we're going to be playing this evening, and yeah, we'll see who see what this coterie gets themselves into. We'll go ahead and start with Warren.
Hi, I'm Warren. I am playing Marlowe, and I feel like we know what we're gonna get our coterie into. So
I don't feel like this coterie know what your coterie is going to get into. Because the dice mostly tell you what you're getting into for the evening. Next up, we have Justin.
Hi, I'm Justin. I'm playing Julian the Malkavian, and yeah, we're screwed, like always. So nothing new there, right?
It is sort of know who did the screwing this time. Is all I'm saying.
I'm gonna blame Rob,
Okay, I like it. I like it.
Fair.
just cause
Speaking of Rob.
Hi, everyone. I'm Rob. I'm going to be playing Vincent, the La Sombra, who is currently wondering what experience points he needs to spend to find out if blood pressure medication can work on a kindred.
I think that might be a cat or an academic, if I am remembering correctly. Next up, we have Lennon.
Hello, I'm Lennon, and I'll be playing Kenneth the Nosferatu.
And last but not least, we have Ian. They're back. And they don't know how to use a microphone because they're muted.
That's stupid. I forgot that I hit the mute button before I deafened, so I undeafened and I was still muted. Everything sucks. I'm Ian. I'm Riley the Toreador.
It was a very good in-character moment for you, is all I'm saying. That's what it was. It was an in-character choice. Not an Ian choice, but an
You know what? If it's the in-character choice, I figured out how to hit a button faster than most people could last week. So...
And I hope. Speaking of last week, you guys were given a job by your Baron, of all people. Deliver the briefcase for a suitcase, excuse me. Deliver the suitcase for some awesome information that you guys were given by your Baron, as well as some contacts of individuals to reach out to ask more questions. He thought this was a fair and rather easy job to do and make sure that things could get done properly to give this coterie the little boost that they needed after a very rough first job as the undead. As you guys... Go ahead, Rob.
Well, I hope he's learned something.
The inadequacy has a new floor. You're correct. He did learn something. As you guys went ahead and got this suitcase, said to be needed to be, it looked like it was given an address on the back, and it looked like it was going to the name of Jane Hill. At this location, you guys went ahead and delivered, or you guys arrived and sort of split up the party a little bit when Maiden dropped off the package before Julian and Vincent went to the other side of this first floor of this motel and went to a room to feed. I'll put that in air quotes. But as they sort of had a brief discussion on what's going on, Julian's clan sort of began to set in, and the paranoia spiraled heavily as you guys went ahead and met back up at the vehicle out front, minus a Julian, where Julian began to quickly try to wheel the suitcase away from the door of where it was being delivered and attempted to throw it into the dumpster out back where it belonged. In the process of doing so, forgetting how heavy it may have been, it quickly fumbled and tumbled before it hit the concrete, and the lock busted open and began to become unzipped a little bit. And curiosity may have killed the cat, but also possibly this coterie. As you guys open it up, you guys do find a individual inside with many broken bones, sort of contortionist style, inside of the suitcase with a stake through the chest, eyes wide open, and now sitting before you, I think might be the best term to be able to put this, as the car pulls around the back and you guys sort of all now see everything in its glory. Welcome to where we are picking up for tonight.
I should have stayed gone. I should have stayed gone.
Fair.
It might have been safer.
I don't know if
Nah.
might have been, not necessarily. It definitely would have been safer.
I've met
You get-
Riley. It's might have.
Oh, okay.
I'm just
still might
saying,
have.
you gotta remember Riley put themselves forward as our leader, so
Kinda. Yeah.
All right.
Who's driving?
At this point, I believe it was
It was
Victor.
Marlo. You say Victor, and I get confused who we're talking about.
I'm sorry. I'm not having two characters of yours last name be all that we talk to. All right. I didn't call you James for the entire first Chronicle.
Yeah, Jimmy,
That's true.
settle down.
That's true.
So I think that Vincent's going to lean forward from the backseat. Marlo, what the hell is that?
What the hell is the body in the suitcase?
Yeah. I mean, like, we all
What
kind
are
of
we
knew.
even
but
doing
I-
here? We did the job. He just undid the job.
God damn it. Can I roll, I think, occult to try to figure out, like, hey, this thing has its eyes open. What does that mean for us?
Yeah, I will allow occult and
What
intelligence.
attribute?
I'd like to make the same roll.
While Vincent's thinking, I'm saying, well,
Also,
we know that staking kills us. I mean, we just saw that happen, so I don't know why we're bringing a dead body around. It's pretty creepy. The eyes are open though.
Difficulty?
difficulty is going to be 2 for this.
12.
You heard it from the Toreador.
Both made it.
Both of you would know that this is a staked individual. As of right now, hard to tell if they were either mortal at one point and then staked, and that's how they died, and there's no blood or anything like that. But you guys definitely get more likely the case that this is indeed a kindred who's been staked. And both of you guys get the understanding that this individual is still alive. Still, I guess, unalive. They seem just to be stuck in some sort of stunned state.
Like if
Would
I kind of sorry, go ahead.
would I understand whether or not they would be aware?
How many successes did you get overall?
Just 2.
Just 2. No, you would not know right off the bat whether or not they would be. If you want to try to willpower and try to go for 3, then I would say you would be able to know. But as of right now, with
Yeah.
2 successes, you would not. You would just know that they are. Hit you with the
No.
womp womp. Welcome back to your willpower dice.
Yep.
You are not as sure if they are aware, but you can at least see. At this point, both of you guys sort of see what almost looks like an attempt to blink, but it doesn't fully go through. Like the eyes sort of move very minimally before going
Like
back
if
to
I
their.
lean one way or the other, do its eyes seem to track me?
Um, at first they don't, but as you sort of like on the lean back, you see very, very minimal eyeball moving.
Shit.
That is so creepy.
I'll close the suitcase real quick. Kind of walk back over to the car. Well, you saw what's there.
Yeah, I'm sort of waiting to also hear.
And it seems to be like still with it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Are you going to put it back,
I
or?
mean, it's seen us.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone unstakes it and it comes back, then it knows us.
We don't know anything about who that is. We're already kind of fucked. So I think the question is, are you going to put it back?
I feel like if we do, this is gonna become like a revenge story. Like he knows our faces, and then is gonna come hunt us down.
Be like if
See?
we don't,
Kenneth
the
gets it.
person that hired us to bring him here is gonna know our faces and feel like he should kill us.
We dropped the
also-
bag. That's on tape.
After delivering it to the door.
No. We dropped the bag at the location. I'm gonna look around back here. Are
Marlo
there any
points up to
cameras
the
in the
camera
back?
that's right there, watching the back door.
During all of this, I want to
Julian starts kicking the trash can.
I want to text Kenneth from off in my own little adventures. Be like, "Hey, you ever seen that movie? I Know What You Did Last Summer."
Oh, hey, yeah, I did. Yeah,
Yeah, good movie.
it is not relevant to anything going on ever.
Yeah,
We
it's a
are
weird text,
making
but okay.
we are making sort of a
worry
big
about it.
assumption that they would be less happy about being dropped off in a hotel room as opposed to in a dumpster.
What?
You ever seen that movie? They dropped me in a dumpster instead of a hotel. That's a crazy movie.
These
Julian
texts
kind
are
of
oddly specific.
reluctantly goes back over to the bag and starts trying to zip it back up.
Damn it, I just broke my phone.
I loved that movie.
Saw it twice.
Yeah, you go ahead and zip it back up. Right as the last piece of the zipper, you see the hand sort of reach out and the fingers sort of extend to like get into the way of the zipper. So it's like in between
nope.
the little
Push
zip
him
piece.
back in. No.
You hear them
Yep.
crunch a little bit as they continue to go back in.
Oh,
Oh, Jesus.
Ew, 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 ew.
oh, he hates us now.
That was my
Something
last
we're
point.
gonna-
That was my last point of willpower, by the way. That was rude.
Have any idea how much that stings?
I'll set the suitcase up and trundle it back inside.
I look
Awkwardly.
over at Vincent. Do we leave or do we wait for Julian?
Fair.
Based.
I think that if we leave now, we're trusting that Julian's not going to do something else. If we stay here, we can at least keep an eye on him.
But if we leave now, at least we're not implicated into something else.
Maybe. Maybe.
Fair point. Should I follow him in or just?
I don't think we need to add more fuel to this fire. I'll go. And Vincent's gonna get out and walk in. I'm already on tape going in there, so
You see Julian
Well-
just kind of standing at a T junction, kind of looking around like he has no fucking idea where he came from. Just kind of like,
You know, you look around, but one of these doors no longer looks like the rest of them. As the door where you had originally left the suitcase is now just a sheer wall of pitch black.
creepy as shit. Can I have that, please? Go back to
Sure.
the car.
okay.
I'm just gonna drop it in front of the wall of pitch black and then go back to the car. This is definitely Vincent. Not my problem.
As you drop it off and get near the door, you see a long, thin, almost bony arm sort of reach through the darkness, and like long nails, almost like talons, reach out and grab the box. And when it reaches out, you can see arm into shoulder. As you see this completely pale, like even, paler than you guys without blushing. Face completely shaved bald, just reach through, and you see eyes just bloodshot red. As its large hand sort of reaches out and through, looks at you.
Just a second.
We've certainly
Look in
chosen
my bag, did ya?
what path we're gonna take.
Are there crickets?
Is it the Cricket Man? The silence is not a no.
Or Matrix Twin? I think it might be the Matrix Twin. That was really pale.
Silence isn't a no.
As this is happening, Vincent's gonna like move the bag a little bit away from the hand. Like, who the hell are you?
One moment as I go ahead, and this is the individual you see. No, there's going to be a piece of shirt on the shoulders, but ignore that piece, as that is also not there.
Oh, hell yeah, that guy rules.
Um, One second, pulling up my notes. I apologize.
How dare you?
It's gross.
So not the Matrix Twin.
No, not the Matrix Stone.
Not with that.
Yes. In your tongue, you may call me Sybil.
Mm-hmm. And you're expecting a delivery?
Yes. Surprised one of my own to be the deliverer.
I think that Vincent's a little taken aback by that, and is going to take a half step back and put the suitcase down and say, "Yeah, well, I guess it's been a weird night for both of us.
Yes. As you see the long nails begin to sort of, with barely looking like it's applying much pressure, the nails of these talons of nails begin to pierce into the suitcase and slowly drag it through into the shadow.
I don't want to make any assumptions about you or where or when you're from, but it's a pretty common custom nowadays to tip your deliverer.
I love that.
Please go ahead and roll. Let's see here.
Balls that clank, please.
If it's etiquette,
Literally.
I'm kind of deliberately failing.
No.
Oh no.
It's going to be charisma
Mhm.
plus. I will either allow persuasion or performance.
It's gonna be persuasion. What's my difficulty?
Difficulty
27.
2.
I am gonna try to willpower that for
Okay.
the 1 dice.
Heard.
Oh,
Nice.
all right, I fail.
You take 1 point of superficial willpower damage as you see the hand re-emerge from the shadow and grab onto the door frame as it sort of pulls itself through. And when it does, you can see this somewhere between 7.5 feet tall individual sort of pull themselves through the doorway. You are but a speck. Even in our eternity, you watch your tongue when you speak to someone you don't know.
Understood. Appreciate the guidance. Do like a deep nod, very shallow bow with your leave.
More and more these nights, I think the Sabbat was on the right path. And begins to sort of descend back into the shadow. And it's not just like the shadowy room, but it is just like almost like withdrawing within the abyss. Just like a wall of darkness that is just going into.
Out of character, that wasn't a yes. So Vincent is going to stand there until they are completely gone, or the wall is completely gone.
They will go ahead and fully, their head sort of almost like slithers back in as it keeps an eye on you before the face sort of disappears into the abyss. And then a few moments later, the sheet of darkness falls and is just the door for the motel or for the motel room.
All right, I'm going to head back out to the car. When I get there, just climb in the back. All right, let's go.
Did Julian come back?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
just came and got in the car quietly.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
And ditch this stolen ass car that we stepped out of and we're on video with a dead body.
Allegedly. Easy enough to go ahead and dump out the vehicle. I'm assuming you would like to do that prior to returning back to the Barrens. Perfect.
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything you guys like to do or prepare or say or do before arriving at the Baron's warehouse once more?
I guess I would say to the group, well, we're probably not doing the spiders thing at Fairfield's place. Should we hit Riley up and see if we can't go to Brinks's club?
Yeah, I feel like maybe we screwed up the one sensor for Spider. Maybe if we get the rest of them and we'll pull that off somehow. We're screwing up a lot of jobs, left and right, really.
Yeah. Well, I think that our client was willing to accept the results of this one.
Oh, did you talk to them?
Not who I was expecting to. I'll tell you about it later. It was weird. I think it might have been another La Sombra, but glance towards Lennon, then back towards Victor. Kind of a different one. I hadn't guessed La Sombra initially.
All right, fair enough.
Need one of those handbooks for the recently deceased to make this a lot easier.
Yeah, that's very much what we need.
The Masquerade for Dummies.
Exactly.
That's how Julian makes his millions in the afterlife.
Yeah. But yeah, let's call Riley and, like you said.
Riley, just about this point, you were able to go ahead and go to the safe deposit box and retrieve your key. And you're sort of right now, as you get this phone call, sort of just doing a once over of this very, very nice, not quite penthouse, but it's definitely up there, place of where you are staying. But it is very well decorated, with this sort of like semi-modern design that's sort of filling the room and the space. But multiple paintings, different sort of rather large pianos that begin to fill a couple of the different spaces. Definitely a place to have guests over and have functions at. It's a rather large space.
Damn, all this space, no guests. All right, that is what it is. When I do eventually get that phone call, you got me. What's going on?
I'm going to assume I didn't do the call.
It's probably safe that the Sombra is not assumed.
I'm driving, so I think that's a Lennon or
Ooh.
Julian.
It's Kenneth.
It's Kenneth. Lennon's not here, guys.
I'm sorry, Kenneth. My bad.
If Lennon's calling in, then yes, I think that was a SI vehicle that was following you earlier.
Facts. Also, secretly, Kenneth can break the fourth wall. Don't worry about it. So,
Mind you, some separation between your character, bud. Speaking from experience.
True.
thanks. So, are you finished with your needing time away from the coterie, not coterie?
Yeah, it's actually been rather productive.
Oh, that's
Wow.
good. That's good.
Yeah.
So we're fucked.
Okay. I thought I picked up on some tension, but please elaborate.
Yes. There was a suitcase involved. Don't want to get too much into that one.
Oh shit, you fucked a transporter job.
Yeah, yeah. I'm assuming that you know what that is. Probably. That one might be okay though.
He has rules for a reason.
I think the most important one is that I think we really screwed over the spider though.
I'm gonna hang up.
Okay. I think you have GPS on this phone. Okay, bye.
Just hard done with that conversation.
I'm gonna text them the GPS of our location.
What in the absolute hell are you rolling over there?
Yeah, that's why I hung up. But
That's too many.
12
For-
dice is too many. 7 successes is way too many.
That looks pretty
Oh
accurate.
no.
I didn't even crit. All right.
that seems like somebody who has resources doing some shit.
So,
And you
Miami
text
by night?
and you text the address of your location too. Is that what I heard there, Lennon? Asking for a friend.
Fucking.
Their
At
name is
least a
Kenneth.
vague
We covered that.
approximation.
Oh, you're right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Her name is Kenneth. Come on.
Well, I was asking Lennon the player if that was a character choice that
Oh.
they made.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm sure that's how you get the confusion is. I get it.
I wasn't sure. Like we don't know how long Kenneth is going to be alive at this point.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But-
Or the place that you just got
I
not
know.
being burned. That's true.
Oh my god. I didn't even think about that. Fuck.
You know what we were talking about before about like being clanist and assuming that Kenneth can actually do stealth operations? Wild to assume that he can also practice safe technology practices.
Yeah.
I have a secret. You
true.
guys want to know about it?
Hey FBI guy, you want to hear this really cool word I knew?
Vampire. On the phone.
Exactly. Okay. Cool. Duly noted.
Um,
The call ends abruptly.
I'm gonna. I don't know where they're at.
Sure don't.
I'm going to head to. There's nowhere safe at this point.
Just the way I like it.
Ah, fuck.
I'm serious. Miami by night.
Okay, I spent all of Michael pitching fucking Florida, and nobody wanted to go that way.
Call him up. We'll go together.
Oh.
Oh yeah, sure. Let me just call a fucking ghost.
You know, there's someone in your
It
coder
wouldn't
who
be
can
the
do
first
that.
time.
There's someone in your coder who can learn how to do that.
I'm not. I'm not recovered enough for this. No, I'm gonna. I don't know what to do, so I'm gonna go to Fairfields.
I like it and respect it.
I feel like. But I'm also gonna send a text to Julian because I knew that they were together at one point.
Mm-hmm.
That just says, "Tell your boy to keep his mouth shut for a while." ...
After a minute, it comes back with K.
Not even the KAY, just K.
Nope, just a K.
Yep. And I'm also gonna send like I'm just gonna say I'll be where we woke up.
Looks like they're heading back to Fairfield.
Okay, I guess that's where we go.
Riley, you definitely get there first. Because they have a bit of a drive left to do. And also disposal of a vehicle.
And a phone.
And a phone.
3 other phones.
And a lot of other things they're currently in the process of trying to fix. You do get there. There is no vehicles in the parking lot. The warehouse is shut.
Fuck. Okay. Riley's gonna post up kind of, I don't want to say this because of who Riley is, but on the corner, just kind of vibing. No other intent in that. Cigarette out and like in like holding it in their mouth, but it's not lit.
Understood.
I just kind of there. I'm just gonna give it a little bit and see if people show up. If not, we go to Florida.
Right before your coterie shows up, you hear pow, pow, pow come from within the warehouse. There's a couple of gunshots ring out from within the warehouse.
Okay. I am going to continue to be on the street corner, minding my own business.
A familiar car pulls up with a ragtag band of kindred.
Look, it's the gang. All right,
We
cool.
made it.
Hey, good to see y'all. Kenneth, I wasn't trying to be rude. You just can't say that kind of shit on the phone.
Yeah, I thought about that after the phone call. I was a little bit more preoccupied with like.
No, I get it. I feel you. But powerful people have powerful enemies, have powerful friends. So
That feels like that's got to be a paranoid perspective.
Sounds logical to me.
no, bingo. Paranoid one says
Thank
I'm
you
right.
for confirming.
I'm sorry. Last we talked, I got the vibe that like paranoia kept us alive. So I'm trying to implement just a
No,
little bit of that.
I don't disagree. I've been doing criminal shit for a while, and wiretaps are just not been that common.
It's valid. I think I would, given who the current client is, I would rather be safe than sorry.
Okay. I guess what does that mean in this case?
Be if we're not face to face where we know we're safe, be vague. No names for who we're working with, for people we know, for what we are, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Masquerade.
Okay, but like, does Kenneth need a new phone? Do I need a new place to live?
We could start with phones. I need to get a new phone. Kenneth, you need to get a new phone for sure. Everybody else should be okay because it was just between the two of us.
Just the two.
I think. But that should be easy enough to. But
I'm just gonna immediately take out my phone and like drop it on the ground and kind of just stomp on it. Just be like, yeah,
There we go.
okay, yeah, that's taken care of.
fucking love that. Hell yeah.
Snap the SIM card.
Oh,
gonna-
true.
I was gonna keep my phone but break my SIM card and just go get a new SIM card.
Eh,
I also think that if you're worried about getting tracked or whatever, you can like trade that in at a store.
too late now.
Trade in value, friend.
Get your credit where
Except
you need
broken
it, man.
devices as well.
Anyway, I heard we're in trouble.
Meh, we're sort of between trouble. There was
Okay.
a bit of an issue with dropping the thing off initially, and we've got a second thing to drop off now. I think that Vincent visibly catches himself before he says exactly what he meant, and as he like looks over at the warehouse, and then he's going to look back to Riley and say, anyway, so we figured we'd come and grab you because we were going to go to a club.
And I don't mean this in a shitty way. I have two questions. Riley's like looking at everybody in the car. Question number 1, business or pleasure?
Business for us.
Question number 2, is that what y'all are wearing?
I think I look good.
You don't not look good. I'm just saying, like, what club are we going to? Like, what's the vibe? Am I underdressed? Am I overdressed? Are you overdressed? Are we gonna stand out like fucking feds? Like,
Well, we know the owner, so
Usually. Get in the car and we can talk about details.
Okay, cool.
Another round of gunshots go off from within the warehouse.
Oh,
What
cool.
was that?
Oh, they've been shooting in there for a minute. It's fine. Drive.
Wait, what?
I don't know, and I don't want to ask questions. I've been shot enough recently. Thank you.
On this particular instance, I think we don't need to borrow somebody else's trouble.
If somebody else fucked up, they can stay fucked up.
That was the guy that was gonna help us. Maybe.
Oh, doors are locked. He's not open for business.
Or just the doors are shut. I didn't know if you went to go try
Doors are
those.
shut. I didn't want to barge in or nothing like that. Like, a closed door is a closed door.
Until you open it.
All right.
Fair.
So, yeah,
Was the Baron
everybody in
expecting
the
us
car.
back after we delivered? I don't remember how that went.
Yeah, we can talk to him later. Like, pile back in the car.
I never got out. I'm good.
People are getting shot in the car. Heads down. Drive.
As we're driving.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we went to drop off the thing in Fairfield's place, and he saw it.
he left before we talked about the thing. So he doesn't even know about the thing.
Okay.
So we were going to drop a microphone off in Fairfield's office for our new scary friend. And it was worth it. Promise. It was going to help us to get out of trouble in the medium term for being in trouble shortish term. But Fairfield sort of saw that happen, and we were able to salvage the situation, I think. But it led to us having another job, which was dropping a suitcase off at a hotel room. And that went wrong in about 8 different ways, but I think we're done with it.
I
And
heard
now
that
we need to go drop one off at Brinks's place.
a bag or a bug?
A bug this time.
Okay.
We'll see if it turns into a bag later, but for now,
We did successfully plant 2 bugs, one in his truck and one in the common space.
Okay. 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 Cool. See. Yeah, I guess we go talk to Brink. Good news. We're kin, I guess. We're at least clan. So that might lower some guard. Thinks I'm a fuck up. So that might lower some guard.
Do you know the layout of his club?
Absolutely.
So we can best
I al-
plant these? Does he have a
I
private
almost
office
died there once.
Okay. Not a
When I was
brag.
a couple. Hey, okay. When I was mortal, I lied my ass off to that guy, and so
Hey, good. You get to do it again.
I'm into it. I guess. I guess we can kind of two birds it. I did have a couple things I wanted to talk to him about anyway. So we go in as a group. Y'all disperse out amongst the club, have some fun, do what you need to do. I'll go talk to Brink, keep him busy. And we call that good? Does that sound like a plan?
So you're going to plant a bug while you're talking to him?
Oh, it needs to be like in his space too.
Well, I'm assuming yes.
Oh, that's fine. we're in an interesting spot at the.
We've rarely not been.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like this could be kind of cool for us in the way of like we have information that they don't at the moment. So we could kind of strong arm it in the way of, hi, look at what I have. What would you like to do about that?
Wait, come again?
Like, hey, hi, this is information that we have. What would you like
What's
to
the
do
information?
about that? What
I'm
we
assuming
have.
that you're talking about that somebody wants to spy on Brink.
Yes. We don't need to drop names. We don't need to do anything. We could just say, hey, there's rumbles that people are trying to get involved in your business and they're going through means. And then that might turn into bigger, more, etc.
I'd say we just plant the fucking bugs
Okay.
instead of playing games.
No, that's fine.
I get the impression that we've pushed the luck with the spider about as far as we want to go with it.
That's
You got lucky to skedaddle, and I fortunately didn't get to meet him, but didn't sound like a very nice guy.
I don't know the right word for it. Angry?
I don't. What did
Russian.
you say?
Russian. Very Russian. But yeah, no, you didn't miss much. Cool. Then at the very least, I can keep him busy up front or at the end while things get spread out and placed. Trying to think of like what a valid reason for all of us to be there to have a conversation with him or anything like that would be.
We're a coterie. We're just there to back you up.
That's fair. Are we official?
I don't know how
Effectively.
it works.
Okay. I just figured it was like a relationship thing. It's only official if you say it's official, you know? But
I think that this is more of
Everyone favors the eye.
yeah. I think that this is more of a by association thing. I think that we've sort of established ourselves as all going down together if one of us is going down. So
okay.
at that point we might as well just take advantage of it.
That's fair. Awesome. Then let's make it happen.
So you were asking about dress codes for Brinks's club.
Yeah, Bruce, what's the vibe of this club? I've been there a few times, but I feel like the couple times I've gone, I've been the odd one out vibe-wise.
Yeah.
It's a lounge, not a club, right?
Right.
Okay. Okay.
Really, everyone else would probably fit in more so than you would.
Cool. Okay. In that case, I think we're. I was kind of just being a turd. But
No, I don't mind. I think that looking like you belong is a good start.
he himself is the king of the red suit. I've only ever seen him wear the same red suit. Maybe once it was like the suit minus the jacket, so it was like a white shirt, black shirt, maybe red pants, shoes, etc. So I mean, we're fine. We're gonna y'all look great. I always look good. Let's just do this. No time like the present. That's why they call it a gift.
So who's actually setting it up this time? Sorry, Kenneth, but
I was hesitant to say, but I think the second time could possibly work. This time.
This guy's actively threatened me more than once. I'd rather not f this up in front of him.
I also am relatively confident that we cannot make the same story work twice.
You're right. My offer is still on the table to give this a second trial run.
Well, for
Not
sure
trial
should
run.
Can I,
I'm
can I
fairly
see it?
confident in my abilities.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, nobody else is stepping forward, so I guess fuck it. Let's do it.
It's been a minute since I've done anything like that, but I used to be pretty sly with it. I could try, but I'd rather not think I could and then fuck it up.
Hey, when we get there, let's circle the block a few times.
All right.
See, make sure we spot Brink's car, and maybe keep an eye out for Fairfield's truck.
Sure.
My teeth are itchy.
I used to have that same problem.
Hmm.
What have you been ingesting?
Nothing.
I don't think that was a literal thing, Riley.
So my teeth got itchy. I stopped doing that.
As you guys are having this very pleasant conversation, you guys take a couple of laps around, and roughly about this time, you guys are getting closer to about 1 o'clock in the morning. So you guys have roughly about 2 hours before Brinks's establishment, which is the patron saint, closes. But you do a couple laps. Very busy night. You guys are able to see into the establishment. Very, very busy. Multiple bartenders working, multiple servers, bussers. Tables are packed. VIP section, hard to see into. But from the little bit you can see from the windows, you guys do a couple of drive-bys. Also looks very, very busy. But you pass around by the parking lot for this, and you do recognize a very familiar car of Brinks's car that is parked out back, and a slew of other collectible cars in some one capacity or another fills that parking lot and sort of surrounding Brinks's vehicles. And we're talking anywhere from like supercars all the way up to like highly like collectibles. The parking lot itself is probably anywhere between 100 and 125 million as far as property value goes inside that parking lot with all the cars that are parked there.
Bold. Who said I'm jealous? Shut up.
I was just thinking it's a shame that Dimitri's not here.
Boom.
It's bold of you to assume Dimitri's not here.
He's always right where you can't see him.
The explosive Ventru. Boom.
The guy from Atlantis.
Mm-hmm. But where would you guys like to park and head on in?
I'll leave that to whoever was driving.
I'm sure we'll just find whatever's available.
Rather not
I'm
walk
sure we'll
too
have to
far.
hoof it a little bit.
Cool. So, have y'all ever been here?
No,
No.
Okay.
not my
Have you-
scene.
Been to a lounge before?
Yes.
Okay. It's that. Don't overthink. Just more of us kind of around. They usually stick up towards VIP. So otherwise, but just be cool. When in doubt, walk away. Politely. Don't just Irish goodbye people. We'll be fine. You'll be fine. We're fine.
So where exactly is the item in question going?
the knee-jerk reaction to say up your butt.
Yeah, not-
Incorrect. He conducts business.
Not that.
Do I have a pretty good idea of the layout of this place, right?
At least
Okay.
from a
like customer standpoint.
correct, from a patron standpoint, you have a very good layout.
Okay. So we could do one in the VIP, we could do one at the bar.
And you guys have 3 currently left. Just heads up.
Okay. Then yeah, we do VIP, the bar, and see if we can get one back in his office. I feel like that's
Okay.
like the high traffic spots.
A very important I want to ask, and probably will be one of the few times I will ask as we've put some time into the system. Would you guys like to blush before going into public?
Yes, I blushed at the beginning of the
Yes.
Yes.
You know what? I might just stay in the car. I am really way too hungry to be doing anything right now.
I forget you are a bit of a hungry friend.
Yeah. In fact, I'll just drop y'all off,
Shit.
and that way the car is ready to go if you need a quick extract.
Okay.
Where will you be?
That's the good question. Where are you going to be at?
I think I need to go grab a bite to eat.
You better ask permission. You're not on our turf.
How far is our turf from here?
Quite a ways.
Yeah.
It's about
decent amount.
close to about a 15-minute drive.
Just come inside, get permission to go, and then
It's a 15-minute drive. You guys are going to be more than 15 minutes at the bar, right?
So how about we go in?
You just said about leaving the car for quick extract.
So how about we go in? You stay in the car. We'll get permission. I'll text you a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Thumbs down. Take the trip. Thumbs up. Do your thing.
All right.
Is that fair?
Yeah, it's fine. That's
Okay.
okay.
Not to overcomplicate it, but apparently as people we overcomplicate it. So
No, it's fair. It's fine. It's fine. I figured y'all could keep it locked down for more than 15 minutes before you needed an extract, but that's fine.
I would like to.
Have you met
But-
us?
Yeah, so I'm not going in with you. Just kidding, because I'm hungry.
Rude
so-
but based.
Ian,
I'm just trying to eat.
I need you to tell me even or odds.
Let's do odds.
Okay.
Fuck. I clearly meant evens if you counted the time that I had thought about it.
Of course, yeah. I love that for you.
Cool. We wanted to get it wrong. All right, cool. So yeah, I'll hit you with the thumbs up, thumbs down as soon as we have anything. Everybody else, go have a good time.
Just before y'all go, just let's think this through. Do we really want me hunting on somebody else's turf?
With permission, sure.
Okay.
Why are you tripping?
Yeah, are you okay?
I'm fine, but I mean, we're not doing so hot.
I know, but as long as we ask permission, that's the rule.
Yes.
Shouldn't be a problem if he says okay.
And Bruce, etiquette-wise, politics-wise,
Mm-hmm.
that's the hard and fast rule. Just kind of across, right?
Yeah.
Unless otherwise stated.
Yeah, as long as the Baron of the location you're in gives you a thumbs up, you're good. Just don't
Okay.
probably make a mess.
That's the concern, right? The messy critical or bestial failure that will happen.
That could happen.
That's what
anywhere.
makes it fun.
Yes, but if it happens our normal place, we can at least, not anger yet another Baron.
Oh, we'll just piss Fairfield off more.
Yeah,
I
if we
think
make
that
a
bridge
mess,
might be burnt.
if we make a mess over there, I'll just get shot again.
Yeah, no big deal.
Fine.
All right, fine.
So I have 4 blushes. Is that correct? 1 from Kenneth, 1 from Julian, 1 from Vincent. That's 3 because Riley already blushed for their shenanigans,
We've been blushed.
and the other individual is staying in the car.
Sounds like it.
Okay.
All right. Go team.
You guys,
Out, adjust, and head.
as you guys, I'm assuming you guys are walking in as a group, not separated in any capacity. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. The 4 of you enter into the patron saint. Rather, it's a little bit upbeat, but definitely more on the classical side. So sort of like this, almost like classical lo-fi mix that's sort of being played over the speakers. But again, the noise of the bar itself is louder than the music is, with the different people talking and waitstaffs moving in and around and about. Different TVs that are on but have music, or the actual volume on them is barely up. Sort of going around in different situations. Riley, I need you to go ahead and roll wits and awareness for me, please.
Wits and awareness.
DC is 3 for this. You guys make your way in. Bartender gives you guys a look, just sort of does a once around. It's like, if you find a place, go ahead. But they do sort of recognize you there, Riley.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a look of recognition, but nonetheless, you're able to find a place.
Yep.
What did I say?
Riley,
you know what?
Riley, I need you to roll a frenzy for me, please. A terror frenzy, specifically.
Oh no.
Riddle me this, Batman. Can I willpower to get out of this?
Yeah, if you would like to get rid of the willpower, all of your dice to try to get away from the willpower, you're more welcome to try to get successes.
Can't just willpower 2?
No, you can. I was saying you can.
Okay.
Like, if you want to
I
get.
thought you were saying like. I
You
thought you were
would
saying
need
like, no, you had to do all 3.
No.
You don't have to, but you would need to re-roll the 10 to get out of the critical. You would be losing your successes to
Right.
try to just get.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Nah, fuck it. We let it ride.
Okay, perfect.
Frenzy, you say?
Yeah, terror frenzy specifically.
Difference. Trying to find it. Is there a specific difficulty to a terror frenzy?
It's put by me, and this one is 4.
Fuck off.
Okay. Sort of rude.
Everything sucks. Oh God. Okay.
Okay. With 3.
Close.
We got there, but
You did not get there. You had failed that frenzy because it was DC 4.
oh,
Um,
but you can't willpower a frenzy, correct?
correct, because it is
Okay.
it is based off of willpower.
Ugh.
A familiar dog sits before you in the middle of this restaurant.
Fuck. Yeah. No.
And a hand is placed on your shoulder.
It.
If I am blushed, I can shit. Riley needs new pants.
Riley did not wear the brown pants today.
The brown pants now.
Hannah gets help's not coming. I'm friends there. I am blushed. I can shit. Oh my god. Okay. All right. I'm going to, if I failed the frenzy, I'm going to jump out of my skin. Like full on body, like, whoa, fuck.
Before you do not see Uncle Brick, but you do see Trina standing before you.
Okay, cool.
Hey,
Is that who
sugar.
grabbed me by the shoulder?
Yeah, she grabbed you by the shoulder to get a hold of you because it's, loud in here. So she grabbed you by the shoulder and you sort of jumped, turned around, and now with Tank behind you and almost like a flanking position, you have Trina now standing before you.
I have notes. Hold on. How fucked am I? Decently. I'm gonna look at the rest of the group and go, hey, go grab a table. I'll catch up. Back to Trina. Hi.
Howdy. You look surprised to see me, sugar.
Yeah. I'm
Little
oh.
terrified, even.
You kidding me? I'm jumping at everything these days. By it, I mean, where's my gun?
I got a little worried when you didn't respond to my text message.
No, that's totally valid. Working an angle. Figured it would be safer to not at the moment.
Anything you need any help with?
I mean, I've got... Her name's Charlie. I've got Charlie with me. But we're kind of working this
Charlie?
one. Morgan?
Oh, she changed her name, huh?
Yeah. So we're working an angle together. It's nothing physical. There's no brute force on it. More gathering some information, and once we had something, we were going to put it out to people better equipped than us.
Oh, y'all have friends in town? Maybe you could pass that information along.
Better equipped than us is would be y'all. So you're the ones I know anymore.
Trina, you recognize Tank's hair is standing on edge.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of in the same stance of when a time that Tank was around Brink, the Pizza King, anyone of that nature.
Well, sugar, I guess I don't want to blow your cover, so I best let you get to it.
You're sorry. I feel like I super brushed you off there. It's honestly fantastic to see you.
I'm sure it is, honey.
Like, really and truly, holy shit, I miss y'all. As much as you drive me insane, I have missed you. Are you okay?
Yeah, like I said, honey, when we found out about... I'm sorry, Rob, remind me of your character's name.
Jonas.
We heard about Jodas's murder. We got worried about y'all, and when we couldn't reach you on any of the contact points that we had, we thought thought it would be best if we kind of came and took a look for ourselves.
Are you both here?
Oh, you know Brick, he's around.
Fair.
Usually looking through a little piece of glass with crosshairs in it.
Gonna look out.
You know, we
the
met this
door.
guy named Henry down in, I think it was St. Louis. And he sold us this beauty of a Barrett 50 cal. I mean, these things, they'll punch the hole in a tank. I don't know if you've heard.
Gonna look at the dog. Yeah, no, real. Valid.
Oh, there must be something in here that's stirring him up. I better get him out of here before people
You know where we are, right?
start to complain. Oh, yeah, honey, we know, but something's got up underneath like a thorn in his paw.
Real. I can loop you in on what we're looking at. If you want?
Oh no, honey. Like I said, you'll contact us when it's time.
All right. Pretty on the surface, but I'm gonna vibe the fuck out of that. I want to know how boned I am right now.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll wits and awareness DC 2.
Oh God.
Vincent, at this point, you're trying to listen in as quickly or as much as possible. And I also see you also rolled a messy critical.
Yeah. Warren, good
not
news.
allowed-
I can't willpower out of it. Both the 10s were on my hunger dice.
Good news. Good news. A truly messy critical.
You could willpower into it.
Huh?
And just go for like 7 successes.
Lead into
Maybe
it.
9.
Yeah. No, I think I'm going to need my willpower for whatever's to follow.
Can't confirm.
I got bad news. The Barrett 50 cal does not care about your willpower.
Asking for a friend. Does a 50 cal outrun rapid reflexes?
Sure is
Well,
one
the
way.
thing about a rapid reflex is you kind of got to know the bullet's coming, and when it's fired from about 1,200 yards away, you don't really know it until you get hit before you hear the sound. That's kind of the velocity.
Yeah, and that's actually not really distance dependent. The bullet does travel faster than the sound.
Oftentimes.
I'm gonna.
I'm
ask
saying
this
you get hit by it a long time before you hear it.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say, do I get anything remotely similar to like a barbarian's danger sense?
Nope, you just get a bonus to try to dodge a bullet. Congratulations.
I'll take what I can get. Oh, we're so fucked.
What do you mean? It's gonna be a great time.
You're so fucked.
We're so fucked. Trina would kill
If
Riley.
Rick really is out there with a sniper rifle, you're in trouble.
So
as you go to listen into this conversation, there's a loud, chatty group of drunk individuals next to you, making it very difficult to hear. As the beast sort of takes over for this moment, a moment of uncontained rage as you sort of just go and just push them and yell, "Shut up!" as they sort of brush across. One arm like slams into a glass that he was drinking out of and like cuts up his arm pretty badly. But as you sort of look at the scene around you definitely have drawn attention to yourself as part as this thing, but the space around you is quiet enough for you to sort of get a actual bits and pieces of the conversation.
I guess, am I getting a Trina and or Tank are suspicious of Riley vibe?
Yeah, definitely. Same with Riley. If you hit 2 successes, yeah, Trina's definitely made out what you are, but is definitely trying to play it off as kindly as possible.
She's not good at it.
Well,
I'll tell you that much.
Maybe
look.
that's your one chance.
Okay. I think it's just about as tense as when I left. So I owe you an explanation. Because it's not what it looks like.
Listen, just take care of whatever business you have to take care of, honey. She hands you a card. That's my new number. Just give me a ring-a-ling when you're ready to talk. Ah! The tank quits growling.
Yeah, no, that feels. When did you start giving out business cards?
Oh, that's just for, special people. She gives you a wink.
Huh. So it's loud enough to have a small conversation, right? Like, would that be an assumed kind of vibe?
yes, but I mean, it's definitely possible to be overheard.
Fair.
The threshold's higher because of it.
Yeah.
But it definitely is. Especially because the round of the bar, there's a lot more focus at the scene that's sort of taking place with Vincent. So definitely less eyes on you guys, but it's definitely still a public space.
Yes. Then, just about as fast as I can, right? As fast, as quietly, gonna lean in just a little bit, not threateningly, more just trying to communicate nicely, as well as I can in that regard. Look, I know what I said. It's not that. My vibes got stronger. I'm different.
Call me when you're ready to talk. It's getting a little dangerous in here.
Perfect. I mean, I'm happy to step outside.
I don't think you should. Because you may not come back in.
No, valid. But I feel like you're real hard set on making me something I'm not at the moment. And you're not quite getting me.
I don't know if you remember our time together and how much terrible decisions we made because we refused to act when we had the chance.
Yes.
Brick took a hell of a lot more away from that than I did. So, if we walk out that door and Tank's fur isn't completely laid down on his back, chances are your torso's going to be blown in half before I get a chance to radio him that everything's okay.
All right.
And right now, Tank ain't looking at you too nice.
No. Valid.
So give me a call when you're ready.
Okay.
She kind of backs towards the door and gives you a little wink and a smile and turns around, and Tank still kind of stands there staring at you for a minute before he kind of turns around and trots out the door.
I'm gonna text Charlie. The text just says, "Fuck." Banana pancakes.
I will make a note.
It's all caps.
Love that for you.
think when Riley turns around, Vincent has taken one of the people's seat at the bar that he pushed and is just doing his best to ignore them. Just like, this is mine now. Fuck off.
If there's a spot, I'm gonna go find a spot by Vincent.
Yeah, there's definitely an open spot at the bar next to Vincent. It's all standing at this point, besides the seat that Vincent has claimed for himself. But next to him, in between, them and the other person, there is enough space for you to stand up there, have a conversation with.
Okay.
Um,
And while I'm doing that,
mhm.
I'm also gonna just take the liberty to go ahead and text Marlo the thumbs down.
Understood. While this conversation's taking place, Julian, where are you heading? As you sort of were told to go grab a table.
I'll turn on awe and just find a table. With
God,
some
when did you get hot?
Younger, middle-aged women, and
Mhm.
invite myself to their table. Do some magic tricks, some mentalism shit.
Oh my God,
Happy to have you.
Julian. Oh my God.
I need everyone here to go ahead and roll a wits and awareness besides Kenneth. DC is 3.
Oof. That would be a bestial failure.
Okay.
We can't
Let
go
me
anywhere.
let me just go ahead and do a little willpower reroll on all that business.
Yeah.
Sadly, you
please.
can't. I think that's all hunger dice there, friendo.
Oh shit! It is.
Oh no.
Oh my
What
God.
the
Reroll
fuck?
zero of zero available dice.
I'll spare you the willpower on that.
Thank you.
Cool. Riley, would you like to put your hat in the ring as well?
For
Wits and awareness, DC 3.
yes.
Just saying, we
Sorry,
got 2 messy criticals and a bestial failure in about 1 minute of game time. We're killing it.
It's actually sort of impressive.
Stay
It's sort of
locked in the
impressive.
house.
Yeah.
DC3, right?
Yes, correct. DC 3.
I don't know about y'all. I'm chilling. I got the beast scared out of me.
Weirdly enough, somehow Riley has become mortal once again.
The life has been scared right back into it.
Exactly.
Trina just scared the cane straight out of me. Like,
Oh my gosh.
spare the cane, spoil the child.
Exactly. You do see, barely, as it seems to be very well hidden while this distraction between Vincent and conversation sort of taking place, as all the bartenders come to like help clean up the people and sort of get the situation under control that Vincent had caused. Kenneth is very quickly got under in a place and actually place a very well hidden microphone at the bar. So using that distraction that Vincent was able to cause.
I'm helping.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I was looking for a Gene from Bob's Burgers voice right there.
I could tell that this
Helping!
Beef curtains. Gene, don't say that. Show rules.
with your bestial failure.
Mm-hmm.
You go ahead and are doing these simple tricks. As in the back of your back of your mind, you hear a familiar voice reach out to you. If you're done playing these silly games, we have work that needs to be done. And the next thing that comes out of your mouth is the word forget.
Forget.
And the individual before you stops, looks around.
While they're distracted, I'll walk away from the table.
And as you walk away, a very still image of Nick between a couple of the ladies sits there as you walk away.
No, I'll stop. Nick. When did you get here?
Just stopping and staring at you. Not moving, just staring.
Shit. My work's too. I'll go see if I can find the others.
Roughly about this time, the conversation with Riley and Trina is sort of coming to an end. As you guys they have exited the building. As Trina and Tank have left. And at this point, you see everyone is very easily able to tell that Riley is definitely on edge currently.
So how much are they a problem?
Who? The scary lady with the even scarier dog?
Yeah.
Do you want the truth or a creative lie?
I'm curious what you'd choose for the lie, but I'll take the truth.
I mean, the lie is pretty easy. No, they're fucking nothing. That's definitely not a dog that'll rip out your entrails and shit in your stomach.
Not
Dimitri
like
the
typical dog behavior.
No, the truth is a lot spookier than so the folks I used to run with are in town. They are efficient.
What you and Charlie were talking about as your hobby profession
Yes.
before this.
I would hope that there could be some sort of, I don't know the right word for it, professional courtesy in this regard, at least at this given moment. Given where stand in the community and what that could mean for, I don't want to say reputation, but safety. Can't imagine folks that did what I did aren't well liked. That's different. I expect you to like it. We can hash that out later if that's amenable.
Yeah, it's not a good place for it, but we should come up with a plan.
Yes. I already have a couple, but we'll talk about that one.
Okay. Well,
Kinda-
I guess let's get to why we're here.
Absolutely. I called Marlo off, by the way,
Okay.
just so you know.
Okay. Then I guess we've got 30 minutes.
Yep. 3 minutes. Also, can redeem himself.
Okay. Well, we've got
And-
more to do.
Yep. One, is gonna try to find a way up to VIP.
Yeah, I mean, why don't you just do what you normally do?
Let's go VIP. Figure we can all kind of go. Doesn't mean
Sure.
come on up, gang.
Yeah.
We'll go to the. If I remember correctly, VIP is like the next level up.
It's like a
we're-
half. It's like a half level
Yeah.
up. It's not really fully separated from this room, but it's definitely elevated.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll head over towards where that lets in. Look at the bouncer and go, hey, we good?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Sorry about that.
Don't have to tell me sorry.
Fair. Is your boss around? I should probably apologize.
Yeah, he's here. He's aware of you.
I figured. Introductions or etc. But I'm rambling at you. I'm sorry, man. Have a good night.
Yeah, you as well.
Julian pulls off a couple of hundos and stuffs them in his, jacket pocket. Nice kid.
Thanks. As you sort of pass by the table, because the table that you were sitting at before, Julian, is right outside of this VIP section. All of you sort of see this individual, by the way, sitting with all these ladies who look very confused. Almost look like they don't know where they are or why they're here. Except there's a very, very well-dressed individual sitting, sort of just standing and staring. And you can all notice, sort of track Julian before nodding.
That's Nick.
Nick's a creep.
Nick's intense.
Nick is surprisingly real.
Told you.
That's my bad. I'm sorry.
And with that, just vanishes from view.
I'm sorry. You're just here to prove a fucking point.
He does that all the time.
What a dick.
It's a personality quirk. Kind of like your mouth. With that, Julian slaps Riley on the ass, like playfully.
What the hell happened to our coterie?
Who are you?
Nick, he put me back on track. Let's just get this done.
Yeah, I'm starting to hate this place.
This place is weird. It always has. Anyway, game on. By the way, the boss is aware of our presence. I don't know that.
That's probably me.
That happens. So here we go. Heading on upstairs into the VIP.
Music's a little bit more quieter in here. There are different small tables that are mostly, and it's something that you guys have noticed. There are a couple of individuals here that are actively taking, eating and drinking, but a lot of the tables here have one or two drinks that haven't been touched or sitting for the full glass or ice in them have been melted. Obviously there for presentation, more so active consumption. But sitting before you, and you guys have obviously met this individual before, but you guys do see Baron Brink, but instead of wearing his typical crimson suit that he's wearing wearing a all black suit that sort of has little bits of blues, almost not full swirls, but almost looks like just stars that are tossed in, but also has a bit of swirls that are tossed into it. Definitely have more of a purplish blue hue to it, almost like a like a galaxy sort of feel to it, with a deep navy blue undershirt, some fresh cuffs that are on, fresh shoes that are on, and a blue tie that matches, going all the way down. But sitting next to this individual is Adeline.
Fucking course.
I think before we actually approach, Vincent is going to put a hand on Riley's shoulder and like step in front of them to turn around and put his back to Brink and mouth to Riley. So not say out loud, definitely just trying to, hey, read my lips here.
Right.
Do we tell them about the woman downstairs?
Very subtle head shake, no.
Nod, turn around.
It's a weird spot to be in. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I messed up at character creation. In the best way. In the best way. All right. Cool. Game face. Go. Gonna like slap Vincent on the shoulder a little bit, kind of put a smile on.
Okay. Any powers you would like to activate before walking up to the two of them?
Aw.
Heard.
It's always
Vincent, 0% smile. Vincent looks like he's at the very edge of his patience.
on. No, valid. Hey, smile, it's a party.
No.
Anyway.
No.
Hard pass.
I need you to go ahead and roll manipulation plus presence for me, please. Oh, no.
Me?
Yes, yes, please. Yes, Riley. Same with Julian as well, as you both have all active.
Gotcha. Is there any difficulty or?
I'm about to set it here. Oh. 1 and 4.
1 and 4.
So we'll just set the high.
Do I get to add my looks dice to this?
Yes, you can.
Okay. 2.
And what the hell? I'll go ahead and roll willpower, see if I get that last one in there.
Heard.
I'm chilling. Oh my god, I'm chilling.
Jesus.
Oh my god, we're chilling. 9 successes?
Okay.
Baby,
Well, I
bro,
got
this is what I
1.
do.
I didn't get the 4.
Okay.
That's
Both
fine.
on both. Okay. Riley, your all will indeed work on these individuals.
Who's the fucking button?
Julian, you will have it work on one of them. Which one? You're not 100% sure, but one of them it will work on.
Gotcha.
Right.
Brink sort of leans forward, and Adeline sort of looks towards you and then looks towards Brink. Your choice, your student. Adeline sort of just nods.
Came in here just to say, hey, make some apologies, because I'm sure you had like heard what was going on downstairs. I feel like I'm on trial all of a sudden. Did I do something worse?
No. We were having a conversation, and I was making sure that Adeline was comfortable being in the presence.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry to assume. That's my fault.
Riley, if there was anything, it would be the norm of assumptions being made.
I don't think we've actually met personally. I saw you at an event. I think our paths have crossed a couple times. I'm Julian Montclair. Kind of extend my hand towards Baron Brink.
So, Julian, this is, as you just introduced yourself, this is Baron Brink, and this is, if I enter her last name because me, the player, am dumb. This is Miss Adeline Taylor.
Adeline Taylor, a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'll bow my head and kiss the back of her knuckles.
She smiles and before looking over to Riley.
Roll my eyes, just like, yep.
But a very playful smile. You definitely, Julian, you get the sense that awe may have had an impact on Derek, as he stands up, shakes your hand, seemingly be more approachable. But even though Adeline definitely seems to be charismatic and doesn't mind you being around, definitely don't get the impact or the feeling that awe it was impactful on her.
We don't want to take up too much of your time. We just thought it'd be appropriate and prudent to stop in and say hello and, as Riley indicated, apologize for the fracas that happened downstairs.
Yeah, I mean, we have funds for this sort of issue, and honestly, they're an annoyance more than anything else. So really, as annoying as it is, you guys are doing me a favor. But no, I appreciate it, and yeah, you guys in for any sort of a meeting, or just here for enjoy a night before it hits close?
A little of both, actually. I seem to be very good at showing up at your doorstep unannounced, and I'm sorry about that. So I wanted to double check on office hours. Best way to make an appointment or anything like that to, put these a little more at ease. Make myself a little less inconvenient for you.
Well, since I'm not even in my own zip code, I'm not in office hours currently.
Oh.
This is Eva's zip.
I thought this was your spot.
This is my place, but no, I mean this
Yeah.
is
Well,
Eva. Eva has all of downtown.
Okay, that was probably way out of line. Didn't mean to sound that way. I was more so like if I were to show up here looking to speak with you, or is there a better place to do that?
We're learning a little bit about the boundaries and protocols of this place.
Yes.
So it occurred to us that since we're neighbors, we might want to figure out what we would and would not have permission to do in your zip code, and if we needed to speak with you, how we would go about doing it.
Also, I'd like to introduce Vincent. I'm not sure if y'all have.
I'll duplicate the kissing the knuckles thing with the mala and say, we've met, but I don't think that I've met you, Mr. Brink. Vincent.
Nice to meet you. No, I totally appreciate the niceties. And Miss Taylor will go ahead and sort of nod and thank you. Yes, it's good to meet you again, Vincent. I know the last time was a little bit shocking, might be the best term for it. Or learning a lot of new information and witnessing some things. So I hope Riley hasn't steered you too wrong. Otherwise, I have a lot of work to do that I already thought was concrete.
Do my best.
I think Riley's done an admirable job, but there's a lot to learn. It's truly a gift for all of us that he has such a generous teacher.
Well, I have a soft spot for individuals who need help, and that's not to be down talking towards them, but just in general, you guys have a graduating class have some opportunities that we would like to see wrangled before things spiral.
See, and that right there is one of those reasons that this is more so personal undertaking as opposed to the rest of the second baseman. That's what we're calling ourselves. That was a good name. We met at the second base of Baseball Diamond. It's a good name. Anyway, since then I feel like I've come into a little bit of a spot of I don't want to say authority, but respect with the members of my graduating class. And I wanted to speak with. I've already spoken with my Baron, and kind of on a little bit of a campaign to figure out the best way that I can be helpful in reining them in, perpetuating lines further, etc., etc. So, well, yes, we're here as to kind of enjoy some of the night. This is the part of the business that I would to speak with you about.
Yeah, I mean, the three of you are always more than welcome. And at roughly about this point, you guys do recognize that Kenneth is once again no longer around with invisible.
Let's fucking go, Kenneth.
Whoop whoop.
within eyesight of you guys, at least for the time being. And it's good. Adeline and I were just talking about your graduating class and how you guys fit in general. So definitely good to hear that you're taking sort of responsibility, as it were, or at least being a face for them.
We're trying. There's some are more reluctant than others, but there is a line to toe, and outside of that line there is freedom. We understand that. I understand. Yeah, seeing how we can be of service, because it's not like selling something, but of moderate or mutual aid in this regard.
Yeah,
Kind of.
I think Adeline and I have a lot to discuss left, but that being said, I'm sure that she'll be happy to further discuss. And she goes, "Yes, no, I would love to." Again, this is a piece that I think that would be very good for all of us in Indianapolis, not just the roses, not just the shadows, not just all of us.
Fair. Excellent. Well, we'll get out of your way. Lovely establishment as always. Kind of nice to be here as an actual patron, as opposed to something different. There was one more matter. Out of respect and in line with that line to toe, as we were talking about, I do have one more member of the second baseman who's currently not here. But I was hoping that we could get your blessing for him to have a bite to eat around here. Is that you, or would that be with Miss?
Be Miss Hill.
Okay, perfect. Making sure nobody's done anything. We wanted to play it smooth and correctly as close as possible. So.
No,
Well, while we're on the topic, how about in your neighborhood? Anywhere that you'd recommend?
Anywhere's fine. Just stay away from the Fashion Mall.
Thank you.
And
Quick
if
questions.
you do make a mess, clean it up, or I'm sure your boss will have some words that won't be too enjoyable.
Trying to be good neighbors.
I just have 2 quick questions for you. One,
Yes.
can I get the information for your tailor? That suit is amazing. I'm updating my wardrobe, going through, getting rid of a lot of old stuff from my old life, and I gotta say, your style, off the hook. Loving it. Very well put together, sir.
Thank
And
you.
also,
Gonna break
driving
eye contact with
by,
Adeline.
did I see? Do you have a Rolls Royce Phantom out there?
No, I don't. I mean, there is one out there, but it's not mine.
Oh, I just saw a bunch of cars parked in the back when we were coming by, and I was like, I made these guys slow down to check it out. I was like, wow. And then I saw the Rolls Royce Phantom, and I was like, that is an amazing car. Um, is one of those, or most of those back there yours? Because those are some pretty flash cars, man.
Just one.
Just one?
Yeah, just one.
Well,
But as far as my
whoever they
tailor,
belong
they're
to.
in Italy. So if as long as you don't mind paying the shipping prices, or
Yeah, it's just yeah, just work of art.
I agree. I wear nothing but less.
Well, yeah, I don't mind paying the shipping. If you wouldn't mind sharing that information, I'd love to get me some nice new threads.
Yeah, as long as you don't call them threads, and 2, I'll be happy to see if they are available for additional clientele.
Fantastic. Is there a retainer?
Um, to be determined.
Sure. Well, reaches into his wallet, pulls out a card, for the mysticism stuff. That's my personal number and my home extension. So, just shoot me a call or a text.
To go ahead and take it, plop it down into his jacket pocket.
He reaches out to shake Derek's hand again. Again, pleasure to meet you. And Adeline, you as well. Once again, kisses the back of her hand.
Julian, you flatter me. Thank you.
Well, you're a gorgeous woman. Just, paying respects, as you should. So, thanks. I think we should go now.
Yes. Yes. Riley's eyes, like Riley's just like looking at Adeline like, what the fuck? Yes. All right. Try to do something nice. People make it weird.
I don't think anything is weird at all. I think your friend just has proper etiquette.
You hurt me. Absolutely hurt me.
Well,
But
you have a purpose, as you are aware.
mm-hmm.
So, speaking of, do you have a private moment you and I could speak, Riley?
Yes. I believe I'm gonna look at the guys with me. Mike, we good?
I'll meet you downstairs.
All right.
We'll meet you downstairs.
That works for me. Then yes, I'm free right now if you are.
Yes, actually. As you guys, I guess, Vincent, are you leaving Riley here as well and heading down?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. As you guys, the 2 of you begin to descend down the stairs a little bit, you guys do see, almost out of nowhere, Kenneth is sort of goes back into line with you, and the 3 of you exit down out of the VIP section.
Just a little wave, like,
Things went well.
oh yeah, perfect.
And roughly about this time, the 3 of you go ahead and head back out. With the sound of the music picks up a little bit. Brink will go ahead and excuse himself, and sort of usher some people who are surrounding the area to move to separate tables to give the conversation some more space.
Good guy.
He's useful.
A little confused about the space look.
Speaking of space, Riley, how's your new home feeling?
Oh, fantastic. Absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous, and I cannot thank you.
Of course. Of course. I know whenever we started your tutelage that we were discussing a price, right?
Yes.
Well, I've come to the terms of that price.
Okay.
And it's not dangerous. It's not anything that Fairfield or anyone else would have you do. It's just provide information and bring it back. That's all I'm asking. Now, I'm not asking you to break in anywhere and steal anything, but just what you're able to gather using your social skills of yours.
Absolutely.
Um,
What can I do?
Speaking of your coterie, the second baseman, I believe there's a few more that aren't here with us this evening, right?
Yes. Kind of a masculine night out, if you would.
Presented as such, yes.
Yes.
So speaking of this masculine night out, I'm seeming to note that there is one of them who is missing. Is he okay?
Yes. See? All right.
Marlowe, I believe his name is?
Oh, Arlo, yes. He was the one I was asking for permission for. He's peckish is an understatement.
Understood.
So we figured it's safer.
Yeah.
Was that completely inappropriate the way that I did that? Oh my god.
No, it was perfect. It was perfect.
Okay.
But there are concerns about Marlowe and sort of where he came from.
Oh.
I mean, most people know sort of what family they come from, right? We can tell Fairfield
Yes.
sort of was able to sniff a lot of this out based on his resources and people he has available to us. But if he is a mystery, that I think would be best not only for your graduating class, but us as a society. If we have a bit more information about him,
Okay.
whether it's his brace or his sire, if he becomes to find out who that is. We just need to know, just so we know what we're worried about. If it's another just sort of know what we can prepare for if things go sideways, based off some of the things that we've seen other people of your graduating class sort of spin out or crash out. I think as they're saying nowadays.
Yeah, crash out would work.
I just would like to know, especially that you mentioned he's very hungry currently, and whenever that happens, we can sort of generally tell what's going to happen based off of their family lineage, right? So just having a good understanding of what we can prepare for damage control is what we're really looking for. And that family of the Cata family is one that doesn't really have much knowledge to it, whether it's personal renown or like revoking of who they are, their family, or revoking who brought them into this world. But any information about him you can provide us would be tremendous.
I can tell you off the bat that while the rest of us have demonstrated different talent, personally, I have not caught on any sort of theme. Thinking about it, I don't think I've demonstrated.
And that's what our concern is, right? If everyone has a theme,
Yes.
but we just need to make sure that we know which decorations we're preparing for, so to speak, for the party if something does come to fruition.
Okay. I will do my best.
Good. And any and all, like I said, any and all information would be greatly, greatly appreciated.
Understood. I do have a little bit of a conundrum.
Of course.
Hoping that I could wait a little longer before something like this popped up, but it seems my life has caught up to me.
In a promiscuous way or in a other sort of way?
In another sort of way. In a people I knew in the previous found me this evening. And they're confused and concerned. I don't know how to navigate that.
Well, I mean, if they're from your previous life, I mean, is it official?
Nothing's been official.
No service, no
No.
documentation, nothing of that
No.
case.
Nothing of that.
So why is that an issue then, if they don't know?
The only thing about it, the whole thing felt I could be being paranoid. I think maybe I was more panicked about the fact that somebody recognized it's been so I felt so disconnected from that. But now back questions that I don't have I haven't thought about. Where have I been? What have I been up to? Why do I look different? Those kinds of things.
Well,
Why does my dog suddenly not like you?
that one's a little bit more difficult to navigate as beasts, no matter what sort of can smell us out. But I mean, if they, I mean, people who recognize us in our previous life happens from time to time. And I'm sure you're like me and have individuals you consistently check on. But making sure that we keep those separated is entirely important. Do you think they know?
No, I don't believe a direct threat or anything. Just more, like I said, I think I'm being more paranoid and jumpy than I need to. But I figure safe than sorry.
Agreed. Just make sure that if there's a mess, you clean it up well. We don't need another situation to occur.
I wasn't on. I wasn't fully on this side the last time it happened, but do you remember it being bad for business?
Yeah, very, very bad for business. But we want to make sure that we cut that out if we can. So do with that information as you will. Again, any information on Marlo would be greatly, greatly appreciated. Again, we're trying to pull that information together.
Thinking about it, he does get weirdly testy. It's like if he can't do something, or if something is not just exactly the way that he needs it. But I knew people like that before I got embraced.
I was gonna say, does it seem like more of a Malkavian twist to it, or do we think it's more of?
No, it's not. It's not more in the
Less
I
OCD
love
and
him.
more about perfectionists.
Yes, and believe me, I love Julian. Man is fantastic. I don't need another Malkavian in my life right now.
Most people don't. Um, no, but that's good. Did they seem to be struggling? Was this a moment of hunger? Was this just seeming to be frustrated about not being able to do something correctly?
It seemed more of incredibly disappointed in their own performance, if I remember.
Okay.
I've only felt it a couple of times when something is so just the only word I can think of is ghastly.
Mhm.
That's like, no, I can't do that. And I need to find a place to be. That kind of thing. It felt outside. I don't know what he felt,
Sure.
but looking at it, it felt like it could be similar.
Are you aware of the warlocks and that group of family?
No. I know they exist, but that's about as much as I know.
First impressions is sort of what I'm getting. If you can confirm that in any sort of capacity, that would be wonderful. Obviously, we all come in different shapes and sizes, and our powers can't be the telltale. But if you notice that maybe they have the capability of aspects or domination, even
Okay.
magic of some kinds, those are things that we should be looking for. The affinity to needing to know more about a subject is helpful.
Okay.
And to show you how important this is, right? I will give you a large favor if you can find out who created them.
Do my best. I would like some assurance that this isn't putting him directly in danger.
Again, we're just trying to make
No
sure.
who's around not hunting, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So I'm not trying to put somebody directly in danger.
No, I mean, if I'm going to
No
be
more than we
if I'm going to
are
be
regularly.
right, you guys are putting your other people in danger more than we would. If I'm going to be frank.
What kind
But if I'm also going to be very, very blunt, you guys don't have a lot of worth. Not saying that you guys aren't climbing,
Yes.
but besides the step cousins of us, there is you. So I'm not trying to say that you guys don't have lesser value or anything like this. But I'm just being very transparent.
Makes sense. Just want to make sure that when comes time to prune the vine, we
Yes, I can understand that. And the reason why, if I must say, there was a group of individuals who came through 2 years ago before everything sort of fell apart and we gained a large foothold. a rogue group of these warlocks came through, and they tore up a lot of Indianapolis in the process. I'm not saying that I'm not saying Marlowe's gonna be held for their responsibility, but if we can see what house they're from, then maybe there's a connection, and maybe we can track down those people and have them pay for what they did. A lot of lives were lost because of them. I'm not trying to put him in a cell and make him give us information he doesn't know.
Makes sense to me.
Okay.
And again, I will do my absolute best for you.
I appreciate it. And with that being said, we take the camera and it pans out of the patron saint. We hand over to a half-burnt face that seems to be holding a cell phone. And on the other side of the line, you hear, "Yeah, maybe." I mean, it's the best chance we got to take her down. They said they'd let me know. And with that being said, you guys do see a car pull up, a luxury vehicle to a mansion. Definitely doesn't seem like it should be in Indiana, but in a very rural part of it, a very immaculate house stands as it pulls up into the large fountain area out front. And three very well-dressed individuals walk through. Archon. And that's where we will go ahead and end tonight's session. So thank you guys all for coming and hanging out. Really do appreciate it. I do apologize for running over a bit, but I wanted to make sure that we got some of these stuff tied up and make sure the scene came to a close. So I do appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. We will go ahead and pick up next week on another episode of Indy by Night, Blurred Lines. And again, this was episode 19, The Blade's Edge. If you guys haven't already, make sure to head over to adventuredice.ca and use code JBrews for 10% off your order. Also, guys, there is going to be a command that I'm going to be putting together, but Indy by Night is coming to Gen Con. We do have an official event that's going. Last I checked, the event is already halfway sold out, so make sure you guys are grabbing your tickets if you're interested to see some crazy vampire bullshit live. Allegedly, there's going to be a person in a cloak there. I don't know who's going to be, but allegedly is all I'm saying.